Look, I suppose it's a difficult one. We had 20 changes to the group this week to bring everyone back in after being split over a number of different areas. So look, I thought we showed a desire to play better from an execution point of view and really getting a lot of things out of it. We certainly weren't at the races there today.
We were probably a bit rusty. There's a lot of areas we need to work on going into next week. A lot of simple mistakes from our own individuals between throwing, catching, everything. There's a lot of areas we need to work on next week. But as I said, it's not all doom and gloom. We got the result at home, and it's a good result going forward. Yeah,
look, they seem to handle the ball okay. I think the disappointing part, we come up with so many unforced errors. Whether it was throw or whether it was catch or first up tackles or getting into good support lines or kicking or panicking and going for field goals after turning over a line out or kicks off the side of the boot or whatever. So it was an accumulation of a number of things, and that's probably the most disappointing thing was our execution.
Cardiff are a very good team. The back end of last year they put us under a lot of pressure, and the same again. We didn't expect anything else except a tough encounter tonight from Cardiff. They were very physical up front. I think we slipped off a lot of things which led to us being under pressure for most of the game from a physicality point of view. So it
was imperative that we got a game tonight, so full credit to Nick Green and Colin for time and park here to get the game ahead, because it would have been a real struggle, especially with the competition so condensed now, to try and fit in a game midweek now is going to be very, very difficult, and especially with the 4 games over the 6 nations, it's going to be very difficult to put a game in there. So for us to gather that, and I said bringing a lot of players back in, it was imperative that we played and got a lot of rust knocked off our game, and we got through tonight. And I said, look, it's important. We played a very good Cardiff side, or a third in the table, so to get a result against them is pleasing.
It was getting hard to see at the end, but I think when you were on the field it was probably a bit easier to see. I know from a fan's point of view it wasn't ideal, but it was still a tough day on the field. But I think all the players, it was fairly okay.
We had a really strong bench there tonight. There were some tight calls even for this week, and we certainly knew that some players starting tonight won't necessarily start next week, and some players who didn't play tonight will be considered for next week. So tonight was based on form, bit of a getting the result tonight, and also looking forward to next week at the same time.
Any day you have to work hard, when there's a lot of mistakes happening, but you grind it out and you work the result and you get the result. I think it's good preparation. The win today is a good result going into next week. There are areas we need to work on, but there's a lot of positives to take from it as well.
The Heineken Cup week's a different week, whether you've been successful or not. We're able to bin that and move on and treat the week and treat the 2 weeks in particular as a little block and move on and really get the focus on that, because getting ourselves back organisational wise and mentally there, I don't see that as a problem.
Heineken Cup is completely different. Tonight's victory was good to have us all back together as a one team. So we have a lot of preparation going into this week, and we take nothing for granted. So we have a hard week's work ahead of us, and we're home again next week. So hopefully we'll have a better display next week.
We need to take in history of where players are at and where they've played, and the players that have been away playing international rugby as opposed to players playing here and turning it each week. So you need to put all those in the mix and look where the players come and what's the best combinations for starting the game, what's the best combinations to finish the game, and who's going to deliver what we need to deliver against Ospreys, but more importantly what's going to suit us.